Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I've seen a lot of bitching and moaning about yesterday's Super Bowl, and I think y'all are crazy from start to finish, except for at halftime. That Super Bowl ruled. E-A-G-L-E-S, Higgles, smoke. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, 40-22, and Joe George, there will be no three-peat in Kansas City this year.
No, there will not be. That was a straight up ass kicking.
Bam!
From start to finish.
Pow! Right in the kisser. Pow! Right in the kisser. Pow! Right in the kisser.
I mean, they didn't cross the 50-yard line until the third quarter.
40-8 with 8 minutes left.
I mean, look, I think we all picked the Chiefs. I know we did.
Yep.
That game was, I feel like everything people have been saying about the Chiefs for the last 2 years of why they were going to lose playoff games showed up in one game last night. I just feel like everything that people have wanted to say about the Chiefs finally came true. They just got crushed. Philadelphia, Vic Fangio didn't blitz a single guy the entire game.
Yeah.
What a game plan. I mean, they annihilated him from start to finish. It was a incredible performance by the Eagles.
There's a lot of really annoying sayings about championships in the Super Bowl. One of them is that defense wins championships, which was proven true last night.
Mm-hmm.
The other, if you can get to the quarterback with just 4 guys, you got a great chance at winning. And the Eagles did that. I know it was a blowout. I know for some people you were sitting there and you were perhaps bored out of your mind, but this is a win. This is huge for all of us.
For all of us, specifically you.
First off, no, I'm not going to get there yet.
Okay.
That's actually not at the top of the list, Joe. It
Okay.
is ultimately about me, but we'll get there eventually. Number 1, this might be the closest a Houston quarterback ever gets to winning a Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl MVP. Channelview High's own Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl champion and a Super Bowl MVP. And I think, just let's be honest about the Houston Texans. I think that this might merit a parade. I don't know how many people show up.
I was going to say a banner.
I don't know if it's going to be low energy like the Astros parades have been. The partying after the second Astros championship in downtown Houston was very fun. But I feel like that's the biggest thing that happened. Technically, a Houston quarterback won a Super Bowl. Boom.
I mean, look, he's going to get a parade here in town, I would imagine.
I don't think he will.
They'll do something for him.
They will probably give him the key to the city or something like that.
He can have the parade in Channelview.
Well, yeah,
I don't think he's going to do downtown.
That's true. A channel view parade. I don't even know what that would look like. But people would enjoy it, that's for sure. He's going to get celebrated here. He should. Second-round pick, benched in a national championship game to this. Like, now, unquestioned top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Are we doing that again? I don't know if we're going to go back there. We did that after
we have to.
They did that after they got to the first Super Bowl, and then we looked at him, and look, he's top 10. There's no denying he's top 10.
He's the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl. That's the first quarterback drafted to win a Super Bowl since Patrick Mahomes was drafted. Not a single quarterback selected has won a Super Bowl since Mahomes has been drafted into the NFL, besides Mahomes or Brady, and now it's Jalen Hurts. Like not Josh Allen, not Joe Burrow, not any of these guys. It's Jalen Hurts. He's the only one to win a Super Bowl like that. It's incredible, like what he did in this game too, because it wasn't just his arm; it was his legs. He played a perfect football game.
He really did play well in this one. I still don't know about putting him in the top 5 quarterback conversation, but he did play great, and he is a part of an Eagles team that's really good. The other thing, this is a win for all of us. We got to see Patrick Mahomes get his ass kicked. We all wanted to see that in that game in the divisional round of the playoffs. We all wanted to see the Bills do it too. Didn't happen.
He was on the ground a lot, sacked 5 times.
I thought his arm fell off his
yeah.
body on that last sack that we came into the show with.
Yeah, and they could have caught a penalty on that. I'm glad they didn't, because he got hit right in the face. But he was just getting lit up the entire game. Even the people I saw today, Paul, are trying to like, maybe he was concussed because like the first drive of the game, their first drive was an incomplete pass, but he hits his head pretty hard on the turf. So it wasn't just when they sacked him. It's just the 4 guys who are going after him, like Sweat, Carter, Graham, like they were just doing whatever they wanted to against that offensive line.
It looked worse than the first game where we saw Mahomes struggle against the Buccaneers in that Super Bowl a couple of years ago. It actually looked worse. And also, I mean, just looking at the Chiefs offense, Travis Kelce looked washed in this game, and it was really difficult for anyone to do anything except for Xavier Worthy. in garbage time. So it's another reason to be happy. Also, the NFL's not rigged.
It's not rigged.
Oh, were you guys crying and whining about something that actually wasn't a big deal? The Eagles were the beneficiaries of the majority of calls in that game. And some are going to say, the NFL realized everyone was on to their gig. And there's a lot of that crap online. Sorry. Look, refs make bad calls. The refs made 2 bad calls against the Chiefs in this game.
I mean, that first one was terrible.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was terrible.
Which penalty was that one?
The AJ Brown pass interference, I would say was bad. On the 4th down conversion.
Oh no, that was. I mean, the pass interference that AJ Brown had. I mean, he clearly hit the guy in the face twice.
I think so too. I think it's still like you don't.
That was where everyone started saying that the Super Bowl was rigged.
But then the next one that happened on Goddard,
the unnecessary roughness when a Chief defender came in at the last second.
Yeah,
that one was sus.
Very sus. But yeah, look, I'm glad that narrative's dead. It is funny today because seeing some Chiefs fans online, instead of talking about how their team just got demolished by the Philadelphia Eagles, they're resorting to, well, see, the league's not rigged. Like, that's all they have at this point. They're just trying to go back to that because they don't know how to handle an ass kicking like that. Not that many people would, but they just got demolished. I'm glad that narrative's dead for now. It'll probably come back next year when the Texans lose to the Chiefs in the first round of the playoffs, and then they beat the Bills in the second round of the playoffs and get back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and to bring it back to the Texans too, it's just one more reason that this is a win. The Texans would have had absolutely zero chance. If the Texans made it to that stage against that Eagles pass rush, that Texans offensive line, would CJ Stroud be dead? Would Davis Mills also be dead? Would Case Keenum have had to play, even though we didn't see him all year? I don't know any other quarterbacks that might be out there.
Gerard Johnson?
Yeah. Do they have to put Gerard Johnson in a helmet in the 4th quarter or something like that? But this was the Super Bowl that I think a lot of you people, specifically Houston sports fans, wanted. And then on top of that, for me, look, it was a reach to compare Patrick Mahomes to Tom Brady. He's off to an incredible start, and there's still plenty of his career left. But at least catch Montana first before we start making the Tom Brady comparisons. In his 10 Super Bowls, Tom Brady's touchdown to interception ratio is 21-6. Patrick Mahomes is 7-7 in the 5 Super Bowls that he's been in thus far. He has lost by multiple scores, multiple times. Can we at least get one more Super Bowl victory by Patrick Mahomes before we even leapfrog Joe Montana and start comparing Brady to him?
Yes. I don't know why the GOAT conversations, when people feel the need to have them, we skip people. I feel like we did that with Kobe for LeBron. Not that it wasn't deserving very quickly.
Recency bias, but with Kobe, at least it was semi-recent for the MJ versus Kobe, then MJ versus LeBron talk.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden, but this one, like we spent how long talking about and hearing about Joe Montana versus Brady? It took how long for people to finally hand over that torch to Brady? And then Mahomes just got to skip all the Montana conversation, and it just became the Brady one. Like, Brady's now 2-0 against Mahomes in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. He's 40 years old when he did it.
He's 3-0 now because he called that game.
That's
and
true.
Basically he observed it. He was in the stadium, and Mahomes was so bad. I think that's another Super Bowl for Tom Brady.
I think it is too. Now, he wasn't great last night, I will say. I didn't enjoy Tom.
I did. Again, as I always say, like, you guys just don't understand his greatness. And it's fine. It's fine. You'll never get there. So you just have to accept it.
Yes, he's gonna be there for a long time. He's not going anywhere.
I mean, look, I'll leave it in minute. I say that jokingly. I hope everyone knows that. It's not great.
He's not.
He had a nice. I liked his zinger talking about, like, Patrick Mahomes is in a haze, like some of the people out on Bourbon Street right now. And I was like, that's so true. Tom,
yes.
Tom, that was a zinger.
He had a couple good moments, but he's not great. But again, it doesn't really matter because it's not like it made me turn the game off of Tom Brady talking. But yes, I think that does count as a victory. As Nick Foles said, Tom Brady is a good luck charm for the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowls. Because now the Eagles are 2-0 when Tom Brady's at the Super Bowl.
That's true too.
Being there. So.
Well, actually, technically 2-1 because
that's right.
Lost Super Bowl 39.
I forgot that was.
I did wish my family well, and I have not checked in on them on social media because I imagine the Bird fan side of my family, half my family is from Philadelphia, are going to be very loud over the next couple of days.
Maybe not this morning though. They might be hurting today.
Yeah, I would think so. And we do have to check in to make sure Philly still exists. I saw a couple of images from the Philadelphia celebration. I saw someone lighting Kermit the Frog on fire in the middle of the street.
Mm-hmm.
I also saw some just fireworks being
Yes.
launched in a way that I'm surprised no one lost a hand, because remember, we saw that Dodgers fan lose his hand after the Dodgers won the World Series a couple of months ago, right in the middle of the street. But keep you posted on all of that. You want to weigh in on the Super Bowl, which I think was a great one. Football is always great, but this Super Bowl in particular was very satisfying for me.